Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. It's been a while. I've been gone for the last 10 days. The family and I went on a carnival cruise and just got back last night. So I wanted to do a follow-up video on the Fret Kisser by StewMac. So if you look in the description below, there's a video that I posted probably a few weeks ago now about my results with the Fret Kisser. I had bought one. It didn't really do the job. It wasn't really bringing my frets level. So I contacted StewMac and I got another one sent in the mail. So they honored their replacement warranty. And this Fret Kisser was the same. I just couldn't get it to work. So in that video, if you choose to watch it, like I said in the description below, I just came up with another way of kind of spot leveling frets. And that was, I just used a small fret leveling beam. This one happens to be by Music Nomad, but it doesn't really matter which one you use. And all I did is I put a little piece of 220 grit sandpaper, like in the middle, not even half an inch wide, and some masking tape on both sides. And I was able to lay it over those frets and level the one that was high, and that was it. It worked great. But ideally, if you're going to do that and you want an optimal tool, you only want it to span over 3 frets, right? Because this one will span over 6 or 7 frets. But if out of those 6 and 7 frets, there were numerous ones that were high or low, then you might be filing this way, right? As opposed to really filing that high fret down. And I don't know if that really matters at the end of the day, because you're going to recrown and polish anyway once you get a level fret. But if you're going to level a fret, you want it perfectly level on the top, not like on an angle, you know what I mean? Anyway, so needless to say, after that video, I got a ton of comments, and they were saying, "Oh, I've had good luck with my Fret Kisser," or "I've had bad luck with my Fret Kisser as well." So like it was kind of a 50-50 thing. Some of you said your tool worked well, and some of you said your tool was kind of the same as mine. It just didn't level frets. In the comments section, someone from StewMac, his name is Gene, reached out to me. And Gene, he was very concerned of the fact that I'd received 2 Fret Kissers that did not produce results. So he reached out to me via the email that's connected to this channel. He explained how they go to great length to make sure that every tool is within spec. And he says he just can't understand why I'd received 2 bad ones in a row. He did say that there were a few tools that were returned that were out of spec, and they had rectified that situation very quickly. So he absolutely wanted to refund my money for this tool, which I told him, no, you don't have to refund the money. I didn't make the video to get a refund. It was strictly just for information purposes and to find another solution to level a fret quickly. I said, you guys held your end of the bargain by honoring the warranty and sending me another tool absolutely free. So I didn't expect anything in return, but he was adamant. He said, no, I want to refund you all the money for the tool. I would like you to send your Fret Kisser back so we can analyze it here and see what the problem is so we can rectify any problems in the future. And I want to send you another tool that I myself will double check and ensure that it works correctly. Yeah, they went above and beyond, like seriously, like way above and beyond. I was not expecting that. So Gene and the whole crew down at StewMac, thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. Wasn't hours after I read that email, my refund had already been issued. Like, it's crazy. Like I hadn't even finished my email saying I didn't want a refund. I wasn't expecting a refund. It is what it is. I'll make do. I'll find something else that works better for me, whatever. Nope, the refund was issued 100%. 3 days later, I got this in the mail. And then the day later, I left. So I left for my cruise. So this was like last week. So this came in the mail and then I had to leave. So I didn't have a chance to test it out, take it out of the packaging. I just took it out of the box it came in. So the reason for this video is I'm currently working on a friend's Flying V with a Floyd Rose. And he said he was having some fret buzz issues. I checked it over. Frets were pretty much perfect on this thing, but there's 2 high frets and 1 little high spot. So I thought, hey, I'm going to try out this new fret kisser that I just got in the mail. And I thought, well, I'll just do a video for information for you guys and to let Gene down at StewMac know that, you know, I did receive the new fret kisser. It was super fast shipping, and to see what the results are, right? It's either going to work or it's not. But anyway, he sent me videos of this fret kisser, and like he measured it, right? And he was showing me the specs. So he had this thin little piece of foil, and he had the fret kisser on a perfectly level surface. And, you know, he was showing me how that little piece of tinfoil would not slide underneath any part of this fret kisser, meaning, you know, it's perfectly level. I've talked to a bunch of people in the comments that said, well, when you level a fret, it's not really level. It only becomes level after you crown it. And I was thinking, all right, agree to disagree on that. And the reason I say that is because if I take a leveling beam, my big leveling beam, let's say I take this and I level the fret, I start going back and forth and filing those frets and get them all level. Well, I don't have high spots after I'm done this if I do it correctly. They're all level, perfectly level. And then when I crown them, I don't take any more meat off the top of those frets. I use the Music No Man S file to do my crowning. And it has a safe zone in the middle of the file on both sides. One side does like jumbo and above, and this side does small to medium. So when someone tells me, well, when you file a fret down, you know, it's not going to be level. You know, when you check it, it's not going to be level until you crown it. It's like, well, it should be, because once I crown it, I'm not taking any more meat off the top. So if I'm using the fret kisser and taking meat off, and the fret kisser is telling me the fret is level, but my fret rocker is telling me it's not, then to me, it's not. But it's as simple as that. Because my fret rocker tells me that all my frets are level after I use my leveling beam on it. There aren't any high spots. And if they are, I address them before crowning. I don't say, oh, well, that's all right. They'll become level after I crown. No. So I respectfully disagree with those comments. Okay, so hopefully you can see this, but fret number 4 is the high fret. I don't know if that blue marker is showing up in the video on this angle, but if not, I apologize. Okay, so StewMac fret rocker, all right, is telling me, hear that? That fret is high all the way across, okay? And that was the long side. And now we'll check the second longest side, because that'll reach those 3 frets as well. Right? Same result. Right? So definitely a high fret. Now, some people said, well, you shouldn't level frets until you hammer them down and make sure they're seated. Of course. Okay. So yes, I already tapped this fret down, and I'll do it again. So I'll take my trusty little hammer here and this little fret press tool here, and we will tap it. It's supported already by the block. Now, this is the second time I do that, and yes, I checked and double checked that the neck was in fact perfectly level, and it is. It still is. Nothing has moved. So we're all good, all right? And we'll double check with the StewMac rocker again. And that fret is high right across. Now, we're going to take this new replacement tool. And I gotta say, I got a refund for my other tool. And I got this one in the mail. And I was, and I told them, I said, well, if you're going to send me a new tool, then you don't have to refund me. But they did both. So, man, they went above and beyond. I'll tell you what, StewMac really surprised me because I didn't think they would care about like a little guy like me, right? And look, I can see there's scuff marks on this. I can see that this tool has been used or tested, right? And on all sides. So let's see what happens. All right, so now some guys in the comments told me I was using this wrong. They said you're not supposed to go back and forth, you're supposed to go up and down. But on the StewMac videos, they go side to side and maybe up and down. But we'll do both today, just in case. Okay, it's not really taking anything off, guys. I could feel a little bit. Okay, that is not doing anything. So I'm going to go on the 3 frets up here for you to listen to the sound. Hear that sound? That is just the sound of these 2 sides, the non-diamond coated sides, rubbing on my frets, right? There is absolutely no scraping of any sort. Now, if I go to the high fret, hear that? It's the same sound. So, we are level according to this. Now, I can see that there's still marker on that fret, but we're going to give it the benefit of the doubt, use the StewMac fret rocker, and we're going to double check. Okay, that fret is still high all the way across. I'll check the other side of the fret rocker. All right, so going back and forth doesn't work with this new fret kisser. Before we go any further, let's try this shorter side because it still spans across the 3 frets. And we'll see if that takes any meat off. Oh, that one's grinding more. Okay, definitely grinding on this side. So, I'm just going to do this until I hear no more grinding. There we go. I feel like the end here needs to... Okay, there's no more grinding noise coming from my fret kisser, and I'm putting quite a bit of pressure on there. And it's perfectly smooth. It's flowing right across that fret. Put that down. Double check. Cross your fingers. Oh. Look at that. Well, look at that. We have a level fret. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check the long side. Huh. All right. So this long side is not doing the job, but the shorter side definitely is. Some people told me to go up and down the fret like this. But see, the problem is when you do that, when you go back and forth, there's like 2 notches on both sides of this diamond file here, right? So if you do that and you go too far and you land in that notch, it kind of kinks that fret rocker down a little bit, and you could be scoring the edge of your fret. So if you're going to go back and forth like this, you got to be really careful that you're not going too far. Right, so this is not doing anything on that side. Let's try this side again. See, it's grabbing. Check it again. All right, we have a level fret, ladies and gentlemen. Level fret using the fret kisser. All right. So now that we leveled this one, you want to check 2 frets behind it using the one you leveled, and then 2 frets in front of it using the one you leveled. So this is the one I leveled. Now I'm going to go over, because you want to make sure you didn't bring this one down too much, and now you've moved the high fret over one or down one. So then we're going to go down 2. No, we're perfectly level now. That's great. Just move up to this one. First, going to tap it because I know it's already high. In case you're wondering what this is, it's just like a fret tap tool. So it's a solid piece of brass, and it's notched on the edge there. And you can buy these at StewMac, but this is not a StewMac tool. The StewMac ones are pretty expensive. They're probably better, but this was an Amazon purchase. It was, I don't know, like $11, I think. And it works great. So it's good for those little high spots. If the fret is lifted, it'll just put pressure in that one area, as opposed to pounding the whole fret with a hammer. And the good thing about this is, as you get down the fretboard, the frets are really close together. The fret you're trying to tap is kind of protected by the adjacent frets. So the hammer is kind of hitting those other frets as well. But with this, you can really get in there and get that specific fret. So just, tap it and slide it along, and we'll double check. No. I know you might be hearing some background noise. I'm in the basement, and just above me is a washer dryer, and we're doing a wash for all the clothes that we brought on our cruise. So you might be hearing some knocking there from the washing machine, but so that tapping did not help. The fret is still high all the way across. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, so again, we'll use the StewMac tool. Now, at this part, fret number 10, this long part that didn't seem to level up here, I can't use anyway because it spans over 5 frets. So I got to use this middle part. Let's do this side and see if we get any results, because we know this side works. Well, we're definitely grinding. We're definitely grinding some meat off. There. All right. That seems pretty good. It took all the marker off. Now I'm just going to flip it to that longer side and just see if we're getting like similar results, or Now with this longer side, I have enough overhang on the outer frets that I can go back and forth. So for those of you commenting I was using the tool wrong, going across the fretboard, well, I will just, entertain you by going back and forth this way. Although I don't think that this is how you should use this tool. Now you're scuffing up like a bunch of other frets too. It's metal. The smooth sides are still metal and you're rubbing them on metal frets. So you're scratching up these frets. So you're going to have to polish them all up. So why would you want to go back and forth and scratch up the other set of frets that are beyond these two on both sides of the one that you're actually targeting? I think the best way to use this fret kisser is to go back and forth. All right, take the StewMac fret rocker and we will check. And look at that. We have a perfectly level fret. Now, again, check the frets before it. It's level. And check the frets after it. I'll change sides because we're getting narrow now. Nice. I'm just checking all the sides, make sure. There you go. There's 2 for 2, folks. We got some level frets with this this replacement tool. So again, this long side did not work. It's not making contact. But the second longest side works great. And we now know that this side works good too. It's just a small side that I haven't tried. So when these work, it's a handy dandy little tool for sure. Again, a big thank you to StewMac, especially Gene. In the grand scheme of things in the YouTube world, I am a nobody. And for Gene down at StewMac to take interest in my video enough to reach out to me, refund my money, pay for my tool to go back to him, and send me a new tool? It says a lot for the guys down at StewMac, man. Like, customer service is state of the art. But it's up to you guys to determine if, the tool is actually worth the money. But I'll tell you what, the customer service is. Never really figured they gave 2 hoots, really, about a guy like me. But they care. I gotta say, they care. So as for me, I'm just gonna crown this, polish this up, get this set up for my customer, get him rocking again. You guys take care, God bless, and thanks for checking in, and we'll see you in the next one.